My presentation and exploration project honed in on the creation of digital art through Photoshop and Illustrator, specifically aesthetically focused digital art. Music is one of the most important things to me in my life. It has been there for me in my worst moments and in my best. It helps me connect with my friends and inspires me when I need it most. Some of my best memories have been created through music, such as the R&B festival I went to last summer, or the countless times my friends and I have rolled down the windows and opened the sunroof to blast music while driving on the windy roads of Los Altos Hills. However, I cannot make music to save my life. I cannot sing. I have never been able to play any sort of musical instrument, as I am probably the least musically inclined person on earth. What I have always been remotely good at, though, is art, and every time I listen to a new song, I always wonder what the thought process was behind the album artwork. During quarantine, I had the chance to recreate album artwork I love and use it to decorate my walls. And every time I would finish one, I would wonder what it is that went into the color choices, the reason for the way it is presented, and how the music relates to the art. This is why I chose to make my explorations project on the mixing of photography and digitally creative enhancements through Photoshop and Illustrator to make aesthetically focused, color-centric artwork that could potentially function as album art. Although there is no music to go with the creation of this art, I hope that maybe there is a certain emotion that is displayed through my artwork that matches with what a musician wishes to exemplify through their artwork, and the two can come together to complete a visual narrative. Most often, album art is created after the music is, and made respective to the music. Maybe in this way, music can be created to fit a piece of visual art. I started by finding photos on Pinterest that I love, and had the aesthetically pleasing look I wanted to explore. I knew my photos were going to look much different, but I enjoyed the experience of searching through them to find inspiration. Here are some photos I found and used for inspiration to start off my project and get my creative juices flowing. I then went outside a couple of times during sunset, as pictures of sunset are ones that appeal to me the most aesthetically or otherwise. I pulled some from my camera roll as well, because I've taken photos throughout my life that have the aesthetic that I enjoy. I then selected them and imported them into an originals folder and started photoshopping. I added layers of contrast, vibrance, and saturation, but most importantly, photo filters. Photo filters allowed me to make one color slightly transparent, cover the photo, therefore making that one color stand out. I based the feel I was trying to give off on those colors, and as I edited, I separated photos by pinks, oranges, and reds, and yellows, blues, and greens into folders. I then started working on Illustrator, finding little doodles and drawings online that I could replicate in my own photos with my own spin to enhance the feel and further tell a story. For these illustrations, I made sure to stick to a specific color scheme by using the color picker to get colors from the photo itself. Finally, I wrapped up my Illustrator versions by placing a somewhat transparent gradient square over the photo with some of the colors from my color scheme and cropping it to be a square like album art normally is. My infographic explains the process of making digital artwork that matches your own style and portrays a feel that is specific to what you want to convey. The steps include finding inspiration, then with that inspiration figuring out what the feel you like, then going out and taking pictures and editing them with that inspiration and feel in mind, choosing a color scheme for that digital aspect that is connected to your feel, creating symbols that are also related, and lastly, putting it all together. I ended up doing 15 pieces, and the final product for each were different in what I perceived as good. I liked some more than I liked others, and I thought some were not as visually aesthetically pleasing as others. But all in all, I learned a substantial amount from this project through making a pitch and executing a step-by-step plan while staying on task and organized. I learned the importance of good time management skills and creating a schedule for when each piece needed to be finished. This allowed me to achieve a finished and well-rounded final product. But most importantly, I enjoyed every aspect of it. There wasn't a part I considered less exciting than another, or a step I was dreading doing. I enjoyed editing and taking pictures, as well as finding my photos and drawing my doodles. I think for the future, I can work harder to create more detailed digital art, but I do like the idea of incorporating both photography and Illustrator work into one product, and I hope to do that again in the future. My whole life I've done fine art and worked with pastels and paint, but I never really knew what I could be capable of with a mouse.